morning and welcome to Voice of the Box. Today I've got Jerry Walker, and maybe I could even call Jerry a friend of the show. You have been on once before, so am I entitled to call you a friend of the show?
Sure.
All right.
If it means a raise.
Jerry's got a obviously very extensive and experienced body of knowledge throughout the NFL. Did that tee you up just nice enough?
It scared me when you said I have an experienced body.
We're gonna go on a couple of things. We got a lot to cover, and I want to go over a few things with Jerry. First of all, what he currently does with the NFL, and your role. I believe it's called the NFL Replay Communicator.
Exactly, communicator. Every game in the NFL has a four-man crew. The four-man crew are the replay assistant, the video operator, the technician, who's really important, and the communicator. I'm a communicator. Now,
for those of us that watch TV at home and there's a replay, are you guys seeing anything different than the viewer is at home?
No.
Or is it the same?
We can look at things over and over, so we can see replay A 2 or 3 times if we'd like. We can slow it down and check it out. But we're only getting the same feeds that people at home have. So if people at home have TiVo, they can slow-mo and watch it and back it up and watch it again if they want to. But the league wants it to always be based on what everyone else sees, rather than say we made a decision on something they never saw at home.
Now, since we do have a lot to cover here in a short time, what would be the biggest challenge? And then we'll obviously look to the more positive question after that. In the actual replay role, what's some of the challenges?
Biggest challenge is it's awfully hectic. From the time the ball's kicked off till the end of the game, it's real hectic, especially for the communicator. Because we look at every play. I'm timing every play. I'm putting down a down and distance and creating a play-by-play, so that if we have to go back to the previous play, I know down, distance, where the ball's located on the field, what hash mark, who's got the ball, what time of the game it was, all that sort of thing. So it's a hectic situation all day long. You take a deep breath and a sigh of relief when the game's over.
And how long have you been with the NFL doing this role as the NFL replay communicator?
Too long. I think I'm going on 10 years.
10 years, okay. And obviously before that, since I said earlier, we got a lot to cover. From 1981 to 93, Director of Public Relations for
the San Francisco 49ers. Actually, I wasn't PR director the entire time, but I was in the PR department that entire time.
Right.
And that's why the big forehead and the thin hair and the gray hair.
This franchise has won 5 Super Bowls, at least the last count. You are the proud owner, I know, but let's just tell the viewers, since, this is to gussy you up a little bit. You are the proud owner of
4 of them. I've got 4 Super Bowl rings. I left a year before their 5th. I should have stuck around, I guess, but I have 4 of them.
Well, what I want to do is kind of just spend a few minutes again about your Director of Public Relations role. We do like to take a little more of an educational twist to things, but before we get there, when it's about playoff time, since the franchise, when you were part of it, it was an annual occurrence. Is there anything different in terms of your role as the Director of PR when it becomes playoff time and, more importantly, Super Bowl time? Is there an extra crunch, or is it more intense? What happens?
It's more intense, but it's more intense with some adrenaline. That's a fun time of year. That's what the whole season's about, is getting into the playoffs. And once you've been there, you always want to go back. A typical day for a PR director in the National Football League is probably a 12-hour day during the regular season. During playoffs, it's probably 14 or 15. Championship game week, probably 15 to 18. And during Super Bowls, I was involved in 4 of them, as you mentioned. There were several nights that I did 24 hours, did all-nighters during a Super Bowl week.
But as they say, it paid off.
Paid off big time. It's the rings you have for your life, for lifetime. The Super Bowl bonuses go to help you improve your living situation.
Gut reaction answers to the following questions. Any guidance, pearls of wisdom that you were given prior to you breaking into this field that stuck with you that you maybe imparted to other people?
No, one thing that always comes back, and I don't know if it's good wisdom or not, but it's probably cautionary, is that 2 things. You're never as popular as the day you're hired, no matter what position you're with in the NFL. And also, no matter what you do, you're not going to please everyone. And that can be the coach, the PR guy, whatever. So I always try to please management, coaching staff, players, and media.
Got to mention the media. Jerry's obviously still involved in a lot of other things. Let's do a quick plug for a fantastic show that you are one of 4 co-hosts or panelists. I'm not sure exactly how you phrase that. Let's give a little mention to the show that any 49er fan or NFL fan might want to watch.
It's called Hooked on the Niners. Clever, right? Hooked on the Niners. It's a weekly cable show on the peninsula from San Francisco to Gilroy in the Bay Area. 950,000 homes, something like that, which is pretty cool. And it's we interview former 49er employees. It's a little bit like Voice of the Box. We do similar things. We'll let people know a little behind the scenes going on with former players, current players, coaches, staff, whatever. And it can be seen on the internet at Hooked on the Niners. We have a website that goes with it, so you can watch past shows there. It's also seen on the internet several other places, but that's a good spot to look, would be hookedontheniners.com.
Excellent. Jerry Walker, let me see if we can get this all right. Current NFL replay communicator, former director of public relations for the 49ers, owner of 4 Rings, co-host, Hooked on the Niners. Check him out at hookedontheniners.com. Jerry Walker, thanks for taking some time right here in Voice of the Box.
Thanks. Thank you very much.